We're gonna tell you to do something totally crazy.
You're gonna talk to people.
Ew, what?
We're gonna do a little exercise here.
I'm gonna talk about a movie that we're working on together with the Seed&Spark team right now, and we're gonna see if it sparks anyone's interest. James Kalin, who's the editor-in-chief of Bright Ideas Magazine, and Blessing Yen, who's the creative director and the chief creative officer of Seed&Spark, are making a movie called Sunday. And Sunday follows a pastor and his conservative congregation on the Sunday after the Friday Supreme Court marriage equality ruling. Who here might like to see that movie? Anyone?
I would love to see that movie.
I do.
Oh, hooray. Nicole Malik, our community manager here at Seed&Spark, chief marketing officer of Seed&Spark, Ryan Black, everyone. I have some questions for you that are going to be really helpful to getting us to understand who the audience is for our film. Where do you hang out online?
Mostly Twitter and Instagram.
Facebook most of the time, Twitter sometimes.
Where do you get your news?
Twitter, the New York Times, and the Washington Post.
I like The Atlantic.
Great.
Sometimes I get it on Twitter.
Do you read any blogs or follow any influencers?
I follow a lot of fashion influencers, especially when it comes to shoes.
Okay.
And then I also,
No,
because
that
I
makes
love
sense.
shoes.
Yes, we know this about him.
I also do a lot of Reddit.
I like bitch flicks. I like everything that Mark Harris writes.
I have a really important question now. When you watch stuff, where do you watch it?
Netflix, Amazon, Hulu, HBO Go.
Entirely on Netflix.
Okay, so it's interesting that both Nicole and Ryan mentioned Netflix as a place they watch it and internet streaming sources as their primary source of things that they watch. Okay, so here's what's really interesting. We have two people who don't fit in the same demographic by any stretch. Not ethnically, not gender, not even in the same age group. What I think is really important is that they are unified by interests. And this is the world that the internet has built for us, is one where we are not segregated by gender and race and age range. We're actually gathering together in communities of interest. So finding the communities of interest that your work speaks to is an incredibly important part of laying the foundation for an independent, sustainable career.
So we really want you to do this interview with as many people as you can find that you think are going to be interested or tell you that they're interested in what you're doing.
Oh, Erica, where am I going to find these people?
Emily, you're going to talk to people in person, online, at film festivals, anywhere you go. You're already talking about the work that you're doing. Why not get information from the people that you're talking to? And this interview starts to tell you, who are you talking to? What are you saying? And who are some people who are gonna help you amplify that message?
Guess what, guys? We're actually already crowdfunding. These interviews are part of the process of gathering the crowd. If you do not do the work to understand and gather your crowd in advance of the funding phase, you will do something that Erica likes to call friend funding.
We love friends. We love friends. It's not that we don't love friends, but that's not sustainable. You can only make so many films that are funded by your friends and your family before people get tired of you asking for money.
Or just run out of money, right? I've probably funded 230 crowdfunding campaigns in the last 2 years. It's basically all of my disposable income. So if you're going back to the same people over and over again, it's because they're highly motivated to get involved with you, but more importantly, they're starting to bring their friends. And what we did with Ryan and what we did with Nicole is start to learn about where people like them are hanging out.
This interview gives you a lot of information, and what's really important is that you start to be open to that information because it will change the way that you make your movie. If you are interviewing people who are experts in a specific field, you're going to find out things that you wouldn't have otherwise.
And let's be clear, this is not about finding out what your audience likes and making things for them. It's actually the reverse. It's finding the people who are interested in the stuff that you're making and finding where more of those people hang out. This is about finding your people. Finding your audience is finding your community. It's a community of people who are interested in what you're doing. And I think there's something really important here, which is that if you are talking to your audience, it's important to assume that they're at least as smart as you think you are. They're gonna have just the same wide range of tastes, interests. They're not only interested in one thing, they don't only like to be spoken to in a single way. They're gonna be full of life and can infuse your project full of life with their support, with their excitement, with their ideas. It's ultimately up to you as the creator to understand how to integrate this relationship into your life. But I mean, at least our experience with Like the Water was our audience started offering us things that made our movie better and more exciting and expanded our capacity to tell the story that we really wanted to tell.
It's not just you out there shouting your message, trying to figure out who's gonna listen to you, but you're actually reaching out into your community and saying, what do you think? What are the things that interest you? And really making your film based on those things and really figuring out how to communicate to those people and listen.